Good morning, everybody. We have the big man from Jaguar and Land Rover, all British Motors, Chris Ward. He has given us time to experience what it feels like to be in a Jaguar full EV system. So, good morning.
Good morning, Ju. How are you? Good?
This is a wonderful start for me with the Jaguar. We are slowly but surely going towards electrification.
There's two phases to this, I think. First one is about, can we still deliver that Jaguar experience, but in an electric environment? Yes, you can, and actually more, because the beauty of electrification is that dynamism with performance. You don't get the sound, but outside of that, it delivers everything and more, to be honest. You need good weight distribution. Yeah, you need a lightweight body. I-Pace has all of that. You've got all the weight low down now because, of course, the battery. We have two electric motors delivering 200 PS to the front and the back. So it's a very well balanced car in terms of putting the power down on the ground. And it's 700 Newton meters of torque. It's a cool car.
This is a full EV, but it doesn't look full EV. It doesn't have blue accents.
I mean, ultimately, if somebody says, can you make it more visually EV? Well, okay, we could do it for them. But Jaguar is not necessarily about being too overtly showy. Whilst it's a very different design culture from our previous ICE combustion.
This model wasn't fitted with electric technology. It was really made to be an EV from the very start.
From the very white piece of paper, sharpen your pencil. What's the concept? We're going to design a Jaguar EV. So it was a clean sheet of paper. That's given us a number of kind of benefits, if you like. It allows us to explore some new styling elements that we couldn't do when it was a combustion engine. Because of course you have restrictions. You've got to put an engine in, you've got to put a gearbox, you've got to have a drive line. So once all those things have gone, it completely opens up what designers could do with a car.
Very stunning. Well, I was looking at the numbers, like the horsepower and the torque. To tell you honestly, I was expecting higher figure for the 0 to 100.
Okay, yeah.
Because the torque is so high.
I think what you should think about is actually once you feel it and you start to understand how it's putting that down on the ground, then you'll understand that you think, oh, should it not be quicker? This car is seriously quick. You know, it's whether we're getting into we're almost into hypercar territory once you go kind of sub 4 seconds. And that tends to be around 1,000 Newton meters of torque and above. It's a huge amount of fun, but at the same time, it's seriously quick for honestly, 99% of the typical driver that will buy this. If I'm honest, will only explore 50 to 60% of the car's capability.
I said that the 0 to 100 figure, I think 3.8 on the spec sheet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's why you don't need any more horsepower in this car, yeah?
Yes. By the way, because I thought this was a 2-seater.
Ah, okay.
When I came in earlier, 5-seater.
Yeah.
So a 5-seater, yeah. So like, that's a lot of torque, and that's a huge amount of torque. And I just experienced it now, without telling me that it's gonna do it. Oh.
That's the general response I get from people the first time, and they're going, no, this is mental.
Yeah, because it's so quiet. You need good braking, and this one just proved.
Yes.
And that is why you are confident enough to press it that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And we're on air suspension.
We are.
I love air suspension.
So you've got this whole kind of lovely cosseting package that's versatile.
Yeah, you don't find this in the more consumer level kind of EVs. This one is a luxury.
Correct.
EV. And it still has the Jaguar, the vibe.
Jaguarness.
Yeah. That's what I feel. Great job, Jaguar.
It is. It's such a great ownership car. I mean, I'll be honest. In my role, I have a great privilege that I can realistically drive whatever car I want in the range on a daily basis, because we have our range of test drive cars, and it's what mood am I in? What shall I take home tonight? Always previously, my go-to car was the Land Rover Discovery, because it's so versatile. It's a great car. I love it. Whereas now, this is my go-to car. because it's got some really cool stuff for driving around as we are now. We're on EDSA. You know, you can average speed of 12 kilometers an hour. So your mind, you have to retune. So I want comfort. I want ease of driving. I don't want any hassle. I just want to be cocooned. And I've got the one pedal kind of driving mode on at the minute, the high regen. So my left leg is just, you know, resting. My right foot doesn't need to leave the throttle.
Not everyone gets to experience the single pedal driving, so I guess as the time goes by, more people will be able to experience it and really get and catch the benefits, the real benefits of driving with just one pedal.
Correct. Yeah.
Because at first it feels a bit unusual, strange.
Yeah, it's a very weird sensation. I just don't need to use the brakes. So it makes for a smoother drive for both you and your passengers. And the car just gives up. Because there's no gearbox, the throttle, it just keeps rolling. It's like a linear power curve. It's so much fun. So it kind of brings back a new level of enjoyment into people's driving because it's something new. And you know, that kind of natural expression that you had the first time you feel an electric car, let it go, that then just becomes, you know, the fun factor comes back into motoring.
It has proper ground clearance, it has good tire setup, so it won't damage the rims or something like that.
We are premium materials, we're a premium brand, so you're right, it has to...
The insulation...
the noise insulation, because obviously we've lost the mechanical noise, and there's no noise cancelling in this is just the natural. But it is so quiet. But you've got to remember, because you've now taken away engine, gearbox, driveline, none of that mechanical harshness exists in this car. What does Jaguar as a brand kind of to you? What does it say about itself to you?
For me, more than the sporty aspect and the sport heritage or racing heritage, it's more of a Class C car. When I say Jaguar, the cars that come to my mind are like the XJs, the longer ones with the Jaguar ornament.
Yep. Now that
I actually miss that.
Well, we do. People that get impaled on it when they have a crash don't miss it, of course, because that's one of the reasons it ended up disappearing because of safety legislation. When you initially press the first, you get into the car, you've undone it. When you look at the start-stop button, you'll see it's pulsating. There's like a red pulsating. Yeah. Well, that is kind of a cute thing, really. It's there to represent like the beating heart of the car, but there are 64 beats a minute, which represents a Jaguar's heartbeat at rest, as in the animal. And so they've given it exactly the same as a Jaguar resting before you then switch it on to bring it to life. So technically it could take less than an hour to charge, but you have to remember it's very similar to your iPhone. The charge rate will start to reduce as it gets towards its full capacity. Yeah. So
to protect the battery, right?
To protect the battery and the longevity and everything else. If you're driving reasonably quickly, spiritedly, the principle of cornering is in slow, out fast. Yeah. Then I can shoot past. So now we've got a right-hand bend, so I'm going to approach it right near the centre. I'm going to hug until I know that I can see that it's going to straighten up. And then I slingshot down. Wow. That's the principle for them starting to really start to begin to enjoy the car. Get out and get in. So come off the brakes. I'll now hold. Now I start to unwind and accelerate. And that's the basic approach you take to every single. So I stay out, turning quite late. But ideally, if I was on my test, they would want me to do this without braking. So they would want me to control the pace of the car
Without braking,
but still going as quick as I could. So I'm always maximising my visibility. Yeah. another try at eating your brunch. So again, because I can't see around, I stay right out. Then when I start to see it unwinding, then you can start. So I hold.
You are really staying out.
Yeah, I stay right out.
Yeah.
So here I'm taking off the speed, come off the brakes.
Oh, I can hear the tire singing.
Yeah.
Woo. I like this.
So again, stay out.
Yeah, until you see what's
Until
gonna
you can
happen.
see what's happening. Then I can start to unwind.
Then clear. Clear.
So again,
Look at the position of my camera. Look at the head. It's turned. Oh, wow. It's
you
amazing.
can use all the roads. Yeah, there's no harm in using the full road. Yeah.
Wow.
Take off 'cause we
Oh.
can't see. Yes, but could you hear that kind of a little bit of a when it was under a lot of acceleration? That's because I put it in dynamic.
I'm being thrown around the cabin. I have to scare quick.
So
Oh yeah. Oh.
this one allows you to be able to apply the power when you're on exit.
Goes.
And that kind of slingshot out. Yeah.
It's so easy to stay in the 100 area.
Yeah. Once you've got a speed in and you're rolling, if you apply these correct driving techniques, you're not having to back off the throttle, and you can maintain that momentum. Okay, we'll do that all the way back then. So no, you stay out. Stay out as late as you can. Then turn in.
Oh, this is so good. It's like I'm in an electric vehicle. It is an electric vehicle. It's so torquey.
So incredibly
So fun. Oh yeah, I can hear the sound.
That's it.
Oh, that's the one.
That's it.
I thought I'm in an
no.
I thought I'm in a normal combustion engine car.
No. No, this is that extra noise in dynamic.
Oh. You can also hear it there at the back.
Yes.
Oh.
There's revving.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, thank you. You made the right choice.
So it gets more noisy, more aggressive. Yeah.
Oh wow, this road is amazing.
It's a great road,
Yeah, just 5 more minutes from the restaurant, and then you have this
it opens
freedom,
up. Yeah.
open space.
Turn in.
Wow.
Slow in. Turn in.
Okay.
That's the way to do it.
Next time,
Hold
Sam,
your brake.
you drive, and then
Yeah.
Chris is in the car. He will look if you do it.
Exactly.
Okay. So
I learned something today.
you need to do it all the time.
Yep.
And we can.
And there we go.
It just never gives up.
Yeah. What? Really? Good job. Good call.
Always take plenty.
I never expected you to do that. I mean, there. That's
No,
there.
I know. But that's the way people are.
Oh.
And that's why if you're hugging this side, you've just got so much room to be able to see. And so you're not turning in, you're not crossing the centre lane. Because everything I've done so far, I'm never crossing the centre line.
She's holding on to the grab handle.
Yep. It's a
Oh my
different
goodness. It's so grippy.
Amazing grip, isn't it?
But because you're driving it properly. We have been driving the car for about an hour, about 2 hours, and there are lots of insights. Please tell us, what are the other values that you receive from the brand
Yes.
and being an electric vehicle?
Cool. Well, I guess it's a whole new experience. If you've not owned a Jaguar before, then you're coming into kind of the Jaguar world. And our world is all about giving you two choices. Luxury experience, but then also that dynamic experience when you want to get out on the road and have some fun. So that's the Jaguarness, as we call it. The ability for us to change the car from being a nice pussycat into an aggressive cat when you want it to be. So, but it's luxury, it's premium, it's lovely, lovely, well fitted out, but it's the driving experience, not just Jaguar, but being all electric. It's a different way of experience how a car is powered.
My second question, how would the buyer of the I-Pace differ from, let's say, a buyer of a different brand, a more generic brand, but it's an EV?
Jaguar means different things as a brand to different people, depending on how much they've been exposed to it in the past. So there's perhaps some curiosity. There's going to be, how are you getting on with it? What's it like? How is it different to my other premium or mainstream car? And I guess the client would be saying, it feels really safe, really sure-footed, but also it's got a lovely quality feel about it. So I guess they're the kind of two main things. But then once they've driven and they got used to it, they'll be kind of saying, you've got to come for a drive in this car because it's just so different to what I've been used to.
You'll have so much fun that you want to share the fun with others.
Absolutely.
My third question is, how many years is the warranty for the battery?
Okay, so we give this an 8-year battery life. And it has
more than enough.
The brand is going to look after you for many, many years. So it's a really kind of safe, secure package when you step into the world.
It is a future-proof.
Absolutely.
Just like in all my reviews, don't just base it on what I'm saying. That might not be true for you. The president says, come over and experience the car so that you will somehow change your mindset if you have not been a believer of electric vehicles. Oh,
really good,
guys, more exciting are these hands. These are really exciting. So you'll be really lucky if you go for a test drive and he's around. Sab here from Jaguar Land Rover.
Yes, so hello, I'm Sab de los Reyes, the new marketing manager of Jaguar Land Rover. So I am inviting everyone, the watchers of Soju cars, to check out the Jaguar I-Pace. It's a full electric vehicle of Jaguar, and you can just book your test drive in our dealerships and our websites, and I really invite you to try it out so you can see the technology, the driving excitement, and the experience of all of it.
Yeah. Not only for this vehicle, but other lineups as well.
Yes, of course.